Hey there, and welcome back to DIY Craftworks, the channel where creativity meets craftsmanship. Whether you're into wood, metal, leather, or decor crafts, this is your space to soak in beautiful design ideas that spark imagination and bring personality to every corner of your home. We're not here to give you step-by-step instructions or build blueprints. This channel is all about the inspiration. Picture it, dream it, adapt it, then make it your own. Today's video is all about metal. Yep, the cool, strong, endlessly versatile material that brings a modern edge to any piece of furniture. Our topic? Creative metal furniture ideas for a modern home. Whether you're a fan of the industrial look, sleek minimalism, or quirky artistic pieces that tell a story, metal can do it all. And the best part? You don't need to be a pro welder or furniture maker to enjoy this journey. Just bring your curiosity and your passion for beautiful, functional design. Metal might seem cold or rigid at first glance, but when shaped with intention, it becomes this incredibly expressive medium. It can be bold or subtle, polished or rustic, striking or serene. It's one of those materials that holds its own in a room, yet also complements other textures like wood, glass, or fabric beautifully. In fact, mixing materials is one of the most exciting ways to make a statement with DIY metal furniture, and we're going to explore a bunch of ways to do that today. So, think of this video as a visual brainstorming session. As you watch the design scroll by, let your imagination take the lead. Maybe you'll find a coffee table shape you love, or a shelving idea that could fit perfectly in your kitchen. Maybe you'll be inspired to rework that old bike frame into a funky new bench. This isn't about perfection, it's about possibility. So relax, soak it in, and start sketching out your next big idea. Let's start off with something simple but striking: metal shelving units. One of the most adaptable pieces in any space, metal shelving can go from raw and rugged to clean and contemporary with just a few design tweaks. Picture open shelving in a kitchen, raw steel frames with reclaimed wood planks, bolts exposed, the welds intentionally left visible for that raw, industrial charm. Now contrast that with powder-coated matte black shelves in geometric shapes, perfect for a modern, minimal living room. You can get creative with the shape too. Instead of the typical square frame, imagine an asymmetrical unit with diagonal supports or floating triangles. Add in a few wooden or glass panels, and you've got this beautiful blend of structure and airiness. Want to dial up the drama? Go for brass or copper finishes. The warmth of those tones against a white wall or soft-colored backdrop adds elegance without being overbearing. Shelves don't have to stay on the floor either. Wall-mounted metal shelving is fantastic in tight spaces. You could do sleek black brackets holding up narrow wood slats above a desk, or use bent steel pipes to form rounded supports in a bathroom for a more playful twist. A few well-placed LED strips underneath the shelves. Now you've turned storage into ambient art. Next, let's zoom in on coffee tables, the centerpiece of most living rooms. There's something so satisfying about a coffee table with a clean metal base and a gorgeous wood or glass top. One popular design features a base made of thin, crisscrossed rods in a soft gold finish, forming a lattice that looks almost too delicate to hold weight. But of course it does. The contrast between the fine structure and the solid top is what makes it such a visual treat. Another favorite is the box frame table. Simple steel tubes forming a square or rectangular frame, often in matte black or charcoal gray. It's minimalist, strong, and lets whatever top you choose, be it reclaimed wood, stone, or even poured concrete, be the star of the show. For a softer vibe, some DIYers go with white painted metal bases and light oak or ash tops, especially in Scandinavian-inspired spaces. And hey, who says coffee tables have to be all square and serious? How about a circular table with a twisted spiral metal base that looks like it's constantly in motion? Or a trio of small nesting tables, each with a different metal finish, brushed nickel, antique bronze, and matte black, that can be tucked together or spread out for more surface area. These kinds of pieces are like functional sculptures. They're furniture, yes, but they're also conversation starters. Now let's talk about chairs, because metal and seating design is where things get really fun. Imagine a dining chair made from bent steel rods, shaped into a cage-like back that curves elegantly around the sides. It's airy, modern, and surprisingly comfortable when paired with a plush seat cushion. You can go full monochrome for a sleek, art gallery look, or mix bold colors, like a cobalt blue frame with a mustard yellow cushion, for something more playful. Some of the most inspiring pieces use recycled metal, apart from bicycles, bed frames, or even tools. Picture a chair where the arms are made from old wrench handles, or the legs are fashioned from rusted pipes, cleaned up and sealed to preserve their patina. It's edgy, unique, and full of character. There's beauty in using what's already there and giving it new life in a completely different form. Even metal stools can be surprisingly expressive. Consider a set of bar stools with hairpin legs, powder-coated in soft pastel shades like mint or blush. Or go bold with industrial stools that have threaded height adjustment screws and thick, reclaimed wood tops. These pieces are more than just places to sit. They add rhythm and personality to a room. And speaking of personality, metal and wood hybrids are where form really meets function. Think dining tables where the base is made from thick steel beams in a crisscross pattern, powder-coated in matte black, and the top is a live-edge walnut slab. It's the contrast, the softness of the wood grain against the strength of the steel, that creates such a compelling aesthetic. In more casual settings, you might see cafe tables with slender metal legs in a Y shape, painted in pop colors like teal or red, matched with smooth roundwood tops. Or console tables where copper piping serves as both support and visual flair, weaving through the underside of a rustic top. The magic here is in the detail. These little design choices, thickness, finish, angle, can completely change the mood of a piece. As we move deeper into this exploration, keep asking yourself, what kind of vibe do I want my furniture to give off? Because with metal, you can go in so many directions: industrial, modern, vintage, glam, rustic, even futuristic. It all comes down to how you shape it, finish it, and pair it with other materials. Now, let's take it outside for a moment. Yes, metal furniture is fantastic outdoors, and it holds up beautifully when treated properly. Picture a patio set with sleek, curved aluminum chairs in a brushed silver finish, surrounding a circular table with a tempered glass top. Add some deep blue cushions and a potted plant centerpiece, and suddenly you've created a peaceful outdoor dining oasis. Or go bolder, a welded metal bench with intricate cutouts, positioned under a tree. Maybe it's painted forest green or rust red, blending with nature while still standing out. Even metal plant stands can elevate your outdoor or indoor greenery. Imagine tiered stands with spiral frames, allowing cascading plants like pothos or ivy to drape over the edges. It's like turning your garden into a vertical art installation. Back inside, metal works beautifully for bar carts and drink stations too. Picture a rolling cart with slim black tubing, mirrored shelves, and brass accents. Add a couple of glasses, a shaker, and a few choice bottles, and you've got a mini cocktail lounge that looks just as good as it functions. Or go industrial with pipe-style frames and reclaimed wood trays. Even a wall-mounted version can work in small spaces. Just a few metal brackets and wood planks mounted at the right height, styled with your favorite mugs and syrups. Don't underestimate the power of lighting fixtures as furniture accents, either. A floor lamp with a sculptural bent metal stand or a pendant light made from repurposed pipes and Edison bulbs can totally change the mood of a space. These elements blur the line between furniture and decor, and they offer yet another place for metal to make its mark. Let's also touch on desks and workspaces, since so many of us are working from home more often now. A metal frame desk can be both sturdy and stylish. Picture a powder-coated white frame with a natural wood top, clean, fresh, and perfect for a modern home office. Or go with raw steel legs and a darker, weathered wood for a more masculine, industrial vibe. Add matching metal storage units, like filing cabinets with bold handles or open shelving units with mesh or wire details. You can even create a desk divider out of perforated metal sheets, great for shared spaces or for adding a visual boundary without blocking light. If you're feeling extra creative, think about incorporating magnets or hooks directly into the metal surfaces for additional organization. What really makes all of these ideas work is that metal doesn't just blend in, it creates structure and contrast. It gives furniture a grounded feel, but when used cleverly, it can also feel light and open. And when paired with warm materials like wood, leather, textiles, it brings out the best in both worlds. So whether you're styling your living room, updating your dining space, designing a cozy bedroom, or setting up a productive office, metal furniture offers a beautiful balance between utility and imagination. You can keep it clean and minimal, or push the boundaries with color, shape, and texture. And remember, it's not about copying exactly what you see. It's about seeing something that makes you think, I could try something like that. That's the magic. That's where your creativity takes over. Let's keep the momentum going and dive into metal furniture for the home office, because we know how important it is to have a functional, inspiring workspace, especially if you're working from home. And metal can definitely help you create an environment that encourages focus and sparks creativity. Imagine a metal desk lamp with a flexible arm, perfect for shining light exactly where you need it. These can be sleek and minimal, with brushed steel or matte black finishes that give off a calm, modern vibe. Alternatively, you could get playful and choose a lamp with a colorful powder-coated finish. Maybe something bold like emerald green or sunny yellow. It's that perfect mix of industrial and fun, functional and fashionable. Another great addition is a metal file cabinet or storage cart. Think modular, with minimalist design, smooth casters for easy movement, and a variety of finishes. The beauty of metal here is its ability to look sharp without being too intrusive. A deep gray steel filing cabinet, tucked under a sleek metal desk, becomes part of the room's composition rather than an eyesore. If you're aiming for a more vintage look, try something with an antique brass finish or retro-style metal handles for an extra touch of personality. For shelving, picture floating shelves with metal brackets. Simple, strong, and easy to install. These are especially useful for keeping the office clutter-free while showcasing decorative items, books, or even plants. Or, imagine a geometric wall shelf made of interwoven metal rods, each one crossing and bending in different directions to create an eye-catching display. It feels modern, edgy, and artistic, but also incredibly practical when you need a place to store supplies or just add some visual flair to a blank wall. Then, there's the metal chair, a key piece of any home office. Opt for a chair with a steel frame and a padded leather seat. The clean lines of the steel contrast beautifully with the softness of the leather, creating a comfortable, stylish seating option for long hours of work. Or, for a more daring option, choose a metal mesh chair with a sculptural design. Something that looks like it belongs in a futuristic office, but is also surprisingly comfortable and breathable. And, hey, don't forget about the metal storage baskets or boxes that can fit under desks or be mounted to the wall. These are super handy for keeping small supplies organized, but their design is just as important. Go for a matte black, wireframe basket for a sleek, industrial look, or choose a soft metallic finish like gold or bronze for a slightly more luxurious feel. These little additions can turn an otherwise simple workspace into one that's both functional and full of style. Now, let's talk about metal furniture for small spaces. In tiny apartments or studios, space is everything. That's why metal furniture is such a game changer. Its lightweight nature means you can create functional pieces that don't overwhelm the room. One option to consider is a folding metal dining table. Imagine a table with a slender metal frame and a wood top that folds in half when not in use. It saves so much space, but can easily be expanded when guests come over. Perfect for compact kitchens or multi-use rooms. For seating, stackable metal chairs are a smart choice. They're easy to store when not needed and can be pulled out when you have company. Look for designs that offer comfort without sacrificing style. Sleek, contoured backs with thin, minimalist legs can give your space an open, airy feel without compromising on seating. A metal bed frame with built-in storage underneath is another great example of how metal can work in multifunctional spaces. Imagine a bed with a frame made from thin, sturdy steel and drawers or shelves tucked beneath. This gives you space-saving solutions without sacrificing style. If you prefer an even more minimalist look, go for a metal platform bed with a sleek, low profile. With or without storage, this design opens up the space around it, creating a calm and clean atmosphere. For a true showstopper, think about a metal and wood room divider. This could be a piece of art in itself. Picture an intricate design made from thin steel rods in a pattern, possibly geometric or abstract. It's not just a divider. It's a statement piece that enhances the flow and layout of your room. Depending on the design, it could even double as a bookshelf or display stand, giving you both form and function. And because it's metal, it's durable enough to stand up to daily use while looking modern and elegant. Now, let's talk about creative metal side tables, which can be the unsung heroes of any living space. A small side table with a metal frame is a great way to add a little bit of shine to your decor. Picture a round table with an open, geometric base in matte brass or brushed silver, topped with a glass or stone surface. It's minimalist, but it also feels luxurious and sophisticated. Or you could go for something a bit more industrial, perhaps a square table with a raw, unpolished steel base, paired with a distressed wood or concrete top. The combination of materials adds texture and depth, making it perfect for a loft-style living room or a cozy nook. One of my personal favorites is the metal accent table that doubles as both functional and artistic. For example, a table shaped like an abstract sculpture. Maybe the base is a series of welded metal rods or twisted shapes that come together to form a base. It's an item that instantly grabs attention while still offering practicality. Add a vintage clock, a small plant, or a stylish lamp on top, and it becomes both a decorative and functional piece in the room. If you're looking for something more playful, think about a metal side table with a unique finish, maybe something with a hammered effect or a textured, rusted look. It can give the room a quirky, artistic vibe that contrasts with sleek furniture pieces or soft fabrics. These kinds of designs work great in spaces where you want to add personality or bring a touch of fun to your space. When it comes to metal bookshelves, the possibilities are endless. You could create a floating shelf system using metal brackets and thin wooden planks. Or for a more open, modern feel, opt for a metal frame with exposed, angular shelving that can hold everything from books to decorative pieces. These kinds of shelves often have an airy, almost ethereal quality thanks to the open spaces between the metal supports. For a more industrial feel, consider a metal ladder bookshelf. It's a versatile piece that leans against the wall and holds your books or display items. You could opt for a simple black powder-coated frame, or you could go with a rustic, weathered finish to give the room a bit of character. These types of shelves are great in spaces where you want to balance practicality with a bit of personality. Moving on to creative metal bar stools. This is an area where you can really let your imagination run wild. You could opt for stools with a sleek, minimalist steel frame and a leather or fabric seat. Simple and sophisticated. Or, if you're in the mood for something with more personality, how about stools with a more intricate design? Think sculptural metal bases with geometric patterns, or even bar stools that incorporate a combination of wood and metal. The natural wood contrasts beautifully with the cool, industrial look of the metal, creating a balance of warmth and sleekness. If your space has a more mid-century modern vibe, consider bar stools with clean, smooth lines and simple metal frames. A brushed gold or copper finish could add just the right amount of retro flair, while a minimalist seat in molded plywood or leather completes the look. These stools would pair wonderfully with a polished concrete or marble countertop, adding a touch of elegance to your kitchen or home bar. For a more rustic or bohemian feel, try stools with hammered metal bases and seat cushions made from woven textiles or natural leather. These are the kinds of stools that feel handmade and organic, perfect for a space that embraces nature and individuality. Finally, let's touch on metal accent pieces, the small things that pull the room together. These can be items like metal trays, wall art, mirrors, or even metal sculptures. A round metal tray in brushed brass, placed on top of a coffee table, can instantly elevate the space. Or consider framed mirrors with intricate metal detailing that act as functional art on your walls. Even smaller decorative accents, like a metal vase or a welded metal sculpture, can add personality to your space, turning ordinary surfaces into visual interest points. When it comes to wall art, metal can create a sense of drama. Picture a wall-mounted piece made of interwoven steel strips, forming an abstract design that changes depending on the angle you look at it. Or a laser-cut metal wall hanging with intricate designs that cast beautiful shadows when the light hits them. You know, what's truly amazing about metal furniture, especially when approached with a DIY mindset, is how personal it becomes. It's not just about having a chair or a table. It's about putting a little piece of yourself into something real and useful, something that tells a story. Maybe it's the way the metal catches the light just right in your living room, or how that hand-welded shelf reminds you of a weekend project that actually turned out better than you expected. There's something deeply satisfying about creating or curating a space that feels unmistakably yours. And metal, in particular, is one of those materials that seems to come with a sense of strength and honesty. It's raw, it's resilient, and in the right hands, or with the right vision, it transforms from something cold and industrial into something warm and deeply expressive. It doesn't matter if it's polished and shiny, matte and muted, rusted and raw, or powder-coated in a bold color. The range of moods and aesthetics you can get with metal is incredible. We've explored everything from minimalist coffee tables to industrial shelves, sculptural accent chairs, to upcycled masterpieces. But here's the big idea to take away. It's not about copying what you've seen. It's about using these designs as inspiration. Let your imagination run with them. Maybe you love the look of that geometric bar cart, but want to use with slats instead of glass. Or maybe you're drawn to that bent metal chair, but envision it in a bold teal finish instead of black. That's the joy of DIY. You're not bound by rules. You're guided by creativity. Even if you're not welding metal in your garage or building furniture from scratch, you're still creating every time you choose a piece for your space. Repaint it, rearrange your setup, or imagine something new. And dreaming, sketching, or planning, that's the first step of the creative process. Every great design starts with a spark, and maybe this video gave you that spark today. And if it did, I hope you'll stick around with us here at DIY Craftworks. This channel is all about exploring beautiful design ideas in wood, metal, decor, and leather. We focus on inspiration, not instruction, because creativity isn't always about following steps. It's about discovering what speaks to you and bringing that to life in your own way. So, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. There's always more to explore, more to imagine, and more ideas to fall in love with. And if you know someone else who loves crafting, styling, or just dreaming up beautiful living spaces, go ahead and share this video with them too. Inspiration is always better when it's shared. Thank you for being here, for spending a little part of your day exploring design with me. Whether you're planning your next DIY project or just soaking up ideas for the future, I hope you feel a little more inspired, a little more creative, and a lot more excited about what's possible. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep creating, and keep making your space a true reflection of you.